Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery with a cool video today to tell you about the Gen 2 Leupold BX4 range-finding binoculars. So this is the updated version of the BX4 range-finding binoculars from Leupold, and these things are just incredible what they can do. Obviously, as the name suggests, rangefinder and binoculars in one unit. So I'll first tell you right here what I have are the 12 by 50 power binoculars. So 12 power magnification, 50 millimeter objective lens, and they have Leupold's new HD optical system in here, so you get super clarity from edge to edge on the glass in there. These things are super clear. But it's the range finding features that's probably, I mean, these are excellent binoculars for sure, but it's the range finding feature that makes these things unique in that no more do you have to carry a set of binoculars and a rangefinder. You've got it all in one unit there that you can do as your glassing subjects. So what I'll tell you, the rangefinder, it's going to be good to 4,000 yards on reflective targets. The 12 by 50s, that's going to be good to 2,200 on trees and to 1,400 yards on deer-sized game. So I mean, basically you're going to be able to use this. You know, we're Lancaster Archery, so our primary interest is in bow hunting use, but you're going to be able to use these for rifle hunting as well. And which brings us to some modes that we're going to see in here. So there are three basic operating modes that you scroll through inside the binoculars. It's got a like a heads-up display. That's what it looks like when you're looking through the binoculars. It just gives you your information. It's in the right eye is how you're going to see it, and it's going to give you your information however you're using these binoculars. But again, there are three basic modes that are going to be line of sight, which is just as you see it, line of sight. It's going to have TBR, so you're going to be able to enter in the ballistics of your rifle to get, you know, to compensate for drop, things like that, windage as well. And then it's going to have bow mode. Obviously, that's the one that we're interested in, and it uses Archer's Advantage. So when you set this up, you're going to be able to set in your arrow speed, your arrow weight, and your peep height, which will then give you accurate information in terms of if you're shooting uphill or downhill. It's going to give you the true reading, you know, what you want to shoot it for. Like, let's say you're at a, you know, a hard 40-degree downward angle from a tree stand or something like that, and the actual distance to the target is 32 yards. It will give you what you should shoot it for given the ballistics of your arrow and the angle, the trajectory that you're shooting it at. So it will give you those differences. It'll show you the angle difference as well in there. Same thing for rifle, but you know, we're sticking with the bow mode. That's what we're going to talk about here. And one of the cool things is you're going to see two buttons here on top. So the way I have it set up right now is that for me, I'm right-handed, so I want the main operating to be on the right. You are able to switch it. Let me back up before I do that. So when I'm using this, the power button as the right, that's how I'm ranging. I line up, I press it to get to turn it on, and then I press it again in order to get my range. When I'm using that as the right-handed, my left one here, this is where I'm going to use the menu. I'm going to hold this button down, and then it's going to go through the menu for my different settings that I'm going to click through. At the end of your menu settings, there is an option to where you can switch that. If you're left-handed, then I can make it so that this is my power button and this is my menu button. So you can just change that either way depending on how you want to see. All right, now let's talk about some different options that we have on here. So I took this cover off of the back right here. So this is going to mount to a tripod if you want to. Just fix it on there. 1/4 thread bolt. It's going to mount onto there so you can have it just sitting on your tripod if you want to. For power, right up here, you're going to see this large piece is going to come off. And what's powering the binoculars, the range finding feature of the binoculars, is one CR2 lithium battery. So that's what's giving you your power in there. And as we said, it's just housed right in there. Those things last a long time. On my rangefinders, I've gotten years of use out of them. But then some other features that you're going to have. You're going to have your multi-position twist up eye cups, right there. That's where I'm going to use it for binoculars. And then you've got one twist position, two, that's going to be max, so 2 twist positions to hold it in place there. You are going to have your eyepiece here. That's going to be for your focal to make sure both of your eyes are seeing, so that you can get your image clear, obviously with binoculars. That's a pretty standard piece right there. In the box, what you're going to get. You're going to get some other eyepieces. So these just pop right off. If you want to have, these to block out some of the side view, you can have that, pop those on there. And again, that's going to eliminate some of that side light coming in. And then we also have just another piece. These are going to be a little more typical. These are kind of flat. The first ones I took off, they're a little bit pointed at the top there. You can see the difference. Just some options there for you, depending on what you want to put on. You are going to get the pouch here, which it is a one of the Binos harness systems. It's going to sit here on your chest. It's going to go over your shoulders and around your waist. So it's going to hold it right there. That's what you're going to get as well. And of course, some eye cups for the top. So in the readout here, I do want to mention the LED readout is going to be red. That is excellent for especially low light situations. I don't know if you've ever looked through a rangefinder before that had a black readout. When you get into low light situation or you're looking into the trees, that black readout disappears. So the red you can see, and then if it's super bright, you can still see that red. If you're looking in bright sunlight, red just seems to work across any spectrum. I prefer red to black in those readouts. But it does have 3 brightness settings. Again, you're going to be able to pick that. It's going to have low, medium, bright. And you'll see the differences in there as you scroll through them, so you can set it to be the way you want. Then the last setting that you're going to have in there is you can choose your unit of measure, whether it's between meters and yards. All right, so that is the Leupold BX4 range-finding binoculars. Again, I have the 12x50s, and remember, this is the Gen 2, and one of the main differences of the Gen 2 is the addition of that Archer's Advantage software so that we as bow hunters can add some ballistic information into the range-finding capabilities of these binoculars as well. If you want to see the different options that we have in this binoculars, be sure to click the link in the description below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. As always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at LancasterArchery.com.